All right. Hey, everybody. I'll say hey to the first few people I see. Lucky Duck, Rain, Julie, Buckle Boy. I'm probably not going to make it through everybody because I want to give somebody else a chance to speak. So do you want to introduce yourself to them? Tell them who you are?
Sure, I'm Stephen Patterson. I'm the guy who runs the Southern Relics YouTube channel. I have a couple other guys that also go with me, but and we started the channel together. But I'm the one that does all the grunt work and gets the videos online and everything. So
So the reason why that I have Steven up here with me, and I'm not sure how many of you all saw the thumbnail or how many of y'all just clicked over from the previous video, but so we're both Nokta Nomads, and we have some big news. Yes, Chad, he said yell as loud as I could if it was live, so I always try to answer him out there. I'm not going to yell quite that loud since there's somebody else on screen, but um, so we will get right to it just because I want to get as much time in with Steven as I can. But we are both going to be going to, you want to tell them which one?
we're going to dig stock in North Carolina. Woohoo!
So we're going to set it for Digstock. It's my first time at Digstock, your first time as well, right?
First time.
Yeah. So this is going to be the biggest event that either of us have ever worked at. Really looking forward to it. Um, Bucklewood is the new detector green. No, it's not anything about a metal detector, but I figured when I said the Nokta Nomads had a big announcement that people will come in here looking to see if, we were the ones with the information to spread some news like that. But yeah, we're going to be working at Digstock. It's going to be 3 days of hunting, and then they have one day that is the meet and greet. And yeah, it's just going to be a bigger scale than any of the other events I've been to, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah. So, and then anybody who comes up to the booth, they're going to get something from Nokta. That's something that I want to make sure that everybody is aware of. Um, they're going all out for this event. Um, but yeah, so sorry, I was seeing something. Um, I don't know if you wanted to tell them a little bit about your channel, what kind of stuff you do on there. Just thought I would kind of introduce those who don't already follow you to know more about you.
Sure. Yeah. So me and my two buddies, Chris and Jacob, we started our YouTube channel uh, back in 2014, right? 2014, like January 2015. So we're right turn of the year there. And man, we were watching. I got to watching Nugget Noggin on YouTube, and I'm like, man, this looks fun. When I was a kid, I always wanted a metal detector anyway. And so the guy I was with, Chris, one day we all used to work together in one place, and so um, he was watching a YouTube video and watching Nugget Noggin. I said, man, that's cool. I want to get into this. He said, well, I've actually got a metal detector. And so I said, well, man, how much are they? And so it wasn't like a week later and I had me a metal detector. Right. So we got to talking and said, well, man, won't we make a YouTube channel? And at the time we're like, this was 10, 11 years ago. So, your YouTube that back then is different how it is now. But back then we were like, we can make videos and then we can show all these guys we work with our videos. And that was the whole purpose of the channel, was us to just goof off and find a few things in the ground and then just let people at work watch the video. That was the whole point. And so things just went on as they were and started putting videos out there. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. Didn't have it. We didn't really know what we were doing either. We didn't know anything about getting permissions or anything. And over time, the channel just started growing. And so um, I guess we started with Garrett machines. We all had a Garrett machine. And then I think back in 2019, I got good friends with everybody knows Mark with Nokta. Well, he used to work for Kellyco Detectors, and he was as the dealer up in Tennessee. And I got to talk with him, and he said, "Well, let me send you a Amphibio." And he said, "I want you to check out this machine. It's made by Nokta. Of course, they no longer make that one." I said, "Well, yeah, I'll give it a shot and see what I like about it." And I got it and played around with it, and I was like, "That's a pretty cool machine. It's actually better than the Garrett machine I was using." And so time went on, and then they came out with the Simplex Plus. And as soon as they came out with it, I bought one, and I just fell in love with it, and fell in love. It was a lighter machine. It was lighter than the Amphibio. Um, the tones was kind of funny, yeah, but I actually kind of liked the tones, and so got out there and actually found some of some of my bucket list stuff. My oldest coin, all that stuff was found with the Simplex Plus, and so as time went on, started working some of the some events, and I mean, how much you want me to talk? Just keep going.
You're fine. Yeah. Like if it
Okay.
gets to the point where I want to stop you or slow you down, I will, but you're good.
All right. All right. So in 2021, I went up. So me and Chris have also been in not just metal detecting, and Jacob as well, but we also gold prospect. And so we have the sluice boxes, we have the gold pans, we have the high bankers, all that stuff. And and so we got to knowing some of the people that run one of the Lost Dutchman Mining Associations, or GPAA. We got to talking to those people. Went to one of the gold camps, which is a campground, and up in North Carolina. And the people up there were real sweet, and they were real nice to us, and said, "Yeah, y'all need to come up here and do like a metal detecting hunt." And we was like, "Okay, well, we've never done anything like that before. Don't really know how to do it." And so we lined it up, and actually Mine Lab stepped in. I'm pretty sure some of y'all are probably familiar with Debbie Smikoski with Mine Lab. They actually went up there, put the event on. We helped them, and man, after that, we just was like, man, these events are fun, and the people that enjoyed it, the people there at the event, they enjoyed it. It's a smaller event, we just talked about dig stock. Well, there's supposed to be like 600 plus people there. Sounds like as of right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah, big, right? Well, these LDMA camps, they can't house that many people, right? It's just a campground, so. We had between 30 and 40 people there, and of course, it was more people I'd ever seen. With everybody had a metal detector in their hand. So, as time went on, we started doing these metal detecting hunts at the LDMA camps, and there's seven. I think there's 7 LDMA camps across the country. There's one in North Carolina, one in South Carolina, one in Georgia, and we've done metal detecting events at all 3 of those, and since I was using a Nokta machine, I was in contact with Mark. Mark actually moved over to Nokta. He works for Nokta Detectors now. He called me early last year in January. He said, "Hey man, you're already doing all these events for us," and he said, "We're sponsoring these things." He said, "You're using all of our gear." He said, you're putting YouTube videos out on YouTube of nothing but our machines." He said, "Won't you?" He said, "We want to offer you a Nokta Nomads position." And of course, it's all volunteer stuff, And so he told me the parameters, things that the things that I'd be doing, and I'm like, "Well, man, I'm doing most of those now," and so it just worked out. And Chris and Jacob, they're not part of the Nomads, but they benefit from it, right? We still go out, and they're on videos. The videos that I put out, they're on them. We all use Nokta gear, and we all have a great time with it. And they don't care. They're not jealous at all. But well, they might be. But no, that's how it all went down. And it's taken 10 years to get it where it is. And we've had a great time. And it's a fun hobby. It's fun to do what we're doing, and it's also a lot of fun being a nomad and getting to kind of know a little bit of the inside stuff that not everybody else knows. Stuff we probably can't we can't say, of course, but at the same time, we're able to be a help to anybody who has a Nokta detector who says, "Hey, I'm having trouble with this. What can I do to fix this?" And yeah, we're not experts, but we may have a little more knowledge than most. And so that's what's nice, especially the events that I've been to. People come up to me with a Simplex or a Legend or a Goldfinder 2000 or a Cruiser, and they say, "Hey, I'm having trouble with this. Can you help me? Can you give me a better setting for what we're doing?" And I'm able to help them out with that. So that's the gist of it. And it's been a lot of fun the past 10 years, and I'm glad we get to continue doing it and to go to dig stock.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to dig stock. But like you said, I like that at the events that people can come up to me and be like, what am I doing wrong, or what's going on with my machine, or how can I, dial it in to make this a little better for what kind of hunt we're doing today, or people will say, well, what settings do you use? And it's going to be different with different soils and different stuff like that, but you
Sure.
can still give them general settings and things that this is going to work here, but it's also going to get you relics at home too.
Right.
So I just enjoy doing that, and getting the opportunity to represent Nokta. And I don't know if you can see the chat. I didn't ask you, but Wicked Digger came in here. We have another nomad in the chat. And thank you for the super chats. I didn't want to interrupt Stephen, but I really appreciate it. And so I did set a goal tonight that anybody that put in a super chat in tonight's stream, that you all would get entered into a special wheel giveaway. So you all hit the 5. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And we will do a special giveaway that has those people who donate tonight in there. And I really thank y'all. Happy Valentine's Day too. I saw that a couple times in the chat. But somebody said, how do I find that gold coin? Well, I'll tell you, I rang my machine over Chris Show Me Treasures gold coin at Kadoha, and it was like a solid, I don't remember if it was a 32 or a 34. So it's a number you might pass up otherwise, but you got to dig those pull tab tones and ring pull beaver tail, things like that, if you want to score something like that. Because I'm telling you, the number wasn't amazing, but it still sung out pretty. But gold coins are like buttons or pull tabs. Yeah, exactly. So you gotta dig it all, as they say, if you want to get lucky like that. But I see Lucky Duck is in here. I know she Colleen went to dig stock, I think, the past couple of years, and I'm sure she'll be there again to this one. But so I wanted to add in there that Stephen's link is in the description of this video. But if you type in Southern Relics, he pops right up there. You'll see their group as well. I would say drop it in the chat, but they'll start dropping the link for the next video soon. I don't want to confuse people and send them to your channel and them think that they're going to Buckle Boy's channel to see the next video. But yeah, was there anything else that you wanted to add, or?
No. I know. No, I don't think so. I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm excited to talk to you later and tell you a little bit of how our stories match up. Not the Kelly Coast stuff and not that, but some of our, like, how we got into detecting and how we started our channels and, stuff like that. Like, we have a lot of similarities there. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But
hey,
I love
you do have you have something else in common too. You and I have both dug with digging
Dixie. Yes, I love her. And when I seen your videos coming out recently, I was like, I'm so jealous. Like, I'm not jealous, but I'm sad. I'm like, I want to be detecting with you all, because she's great. I love that. So if you don't have Digging Dixie, make sure y'all pick up that channel as well.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah. So we just have a couple minutes left. So I thought that I would ask if you wanted to. You don't have to. Did you want to share what you found today?
I will absolutely share what I found today. So I went to a permission that I've had for 3 or 4 years now. Dug there 3 or 4, maybe 5 times. Real sweet couple lived there, older, they're in their 70s. Really nice people. They actually know my parents, or at least my dad. And so it's neat to find somebody like that they just like, yeah, you come on, anytime you just come over and dig. Their house built in 1917. We've dug there a few times. Today I just got out for a couple hours and was down digging around where their old garden is. And I've dug down there before and found an Indian head penny about a year ago with my Simplex Ultra. And I was down there maybe 10 feet away from where I found the Indian head, and got a 46, 47 tone on the legend. I think it hit 50 one time, and as I swung over it, and it was showing it was real deep. And so I dug it. I was digging down. I got down to maybe 7 or 8 inches, and it come out. I finally got it out of the hole. So I run my pinpointer over it, and it was big, big old coin, right? And it had this covered in dirt. Pulled it back, got some dirt, got a little bit of dirt off. I seen it was silver. Got that water out. I was all excited. I was tore up. Got that water out, sprayed that water on it, and it was a Standing Liberty quarter. Never found one before in my life. It was in really good condition too, 1928. And so I was sending a text out to the nomads. I was sending a text out to my Southern Relic boys, and
Oh, it's
I was down there
me.
shaking like a leaf.
Oh man, I bet my phone froze for a second. Like you were frozen. I wasn't sure if it was you or me, so sorry if I interrupted you. But yeah, so I was really excited for you, and I was like, hey, since I knew you were gonna be on here, I was like, I'm gonna see if he'll tell everybody about the St. Liberty Quarter that he found. But yeah,
Yeah.
I could hear the excitement in your voice earlier when you found it, and um, yeah, that was my first silver coin and what got me like really addicted to this hobby. But it's 9 o'clock, so everybody's going over to Buckle Boys. Sweet Diggs is sharing that link in the chat. I'm gonna head over there. I'm not speaking for Stephen, but I'm gonna head over there as well. I'm just gonna wrap this up with him. But thank you all, and thank you, Stephen. I really appreciated you coming on here. Maybe I'll have you on sometime. We can talk maybe a live that's longer than 15 minutes.
Awesome. Thanks. Good talking to you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see if it ends. My poor phone, it's still, so far it hasn't let me push it. Okay, there we go. Bye, everybody.